TvZ game a few days ago that didn't work. In the bottom right corner of Akalon Waste, we will have Kwantakyun. His opponent today, rather, is none other than Demuslim from EG. As my allergies just doing terrible today as soon as I start actually casting. Apparently some friendly stuff going on here. I assume this is just some random ladder match that they played. I did again, just find it on GG Tracker, and I'm like, oh, bigger names, might as well try it. I've had other people tell me I should do higher level games on occasion as well. But we're just going to let them talk things out. We're probably going to see a 15 hatch. We're probably going to see a Barrett's really soon. No. Okay. What? He spent some more minerals, didn't he? No, it must have just been more SCVs. Looks like he is going to go for a command center first build, actually, and that will counter the 15 hatch quite well. Once the Zerd scouts this, I have no doubt that he will throw down a quick third hatch, just because that is what makes sense. Because you always want to stay a base ahead. Sorry, I had to change myself to busy. There goes the command center, though. This drone could actually be really annoying. It's always a tad bit of a nuisance when that happens, because now this SCV is easy to attack and delay that command center, even if only by a few seconds. It is definitely something. We do have the Barretts coming down for the Terran player, and I believe that I am still on camera while casting this. I don't have my normal stream set up, but I can't change it right now because we're in the middle of a game. There goes the third hatch, though, for the Zerd player. He knows that the Terran can't really push out anytime soon, and that means that he can just expand. He can make drones, he can make queens, and he can make drones. He is going to get one gas, though, so that way he will be safe against any harass once the Hellion timer comes out, or Reapers even, if he wants to go for a mid-game Reaper, which it had a small surge in popularity, and then it went down dramatically yet again. So I don't think we'll be seeing that anytime soon. Marine's starting to come out. He does have one gas, producing a decent amount now. He will probably go for a factory here momentarily. That is what I presume, at least. Overlord's getting into position. Drones going back home. They know where they are. They know where they need to be. Spawning pool will be finishing up here soon. He will want to get that speed out as soon as possible, I presume. Actually, though, we will see a bunker. I have seen a lot of Demuslim, I've seen a lot of his games turn into Hellbat drops and just mech overall. So I would like to see the like to see that. I thought he was going to make a reactor there. That is not the case, though. Bunker is going to come down. He's going to make a nice wall off here. This is something I surprisingly always forget to do when I play Terran, is make a wall at the natural. And then it's like, well, how would you ever forget that? I'm not a Terran player. There goes the reactor, though, so we will see some form of Hellbats or Hellions here soon. The Zerd making 3 queens at a time, having that Zerdling speed on the way. He stopped mining gas, meaning he's not going to touch straight into anything too very quickly, which is always fine. Speedlings can hold off against a lot of early aggression. Queens and static defenses also being very strong against drops and such if need be. Do have a third command center on the way. I don't know, did he scout the third base? No, he has not even scouted the natural. The natural, you can kind of assume. The third base, you can, I mean, sometimes you kind of know, and sometimes you just don't. That is my glory. That is my answer to the question, where there wasn't even really a question there, and that is where I just blow your mind there. We do have 10 lanes on the way. These are just going to be the safety units, making sure that nothing does too much damage because he got too greedy or anything. Queen throwing down some creep tumors, but here come the 2 Hellions. They will actually get past this Queen, and the speed is going to finish up here very soon. He does see the lanes come from the third base. He knows that this is over here. Now he knows that it is up. He will see the drone count the Queen as well, and he just has to fall back. 9 drones are in production because he knows that these Hellions will not be an issue very long. There goes one, and the other one running for its life. 2 more going to follow up with it. Could actually do a lot of damage to the lanes. They actually lined up very nicely. 1 more Hellion might go down, but the other 2 should be fine. There they go, that micro, proving to be effective. Demuslim is down by about 7 supply, but it doesn't matter too much. He is getting add-ons and making more Barretts. We'll go for more of a bioplay. Would like to see an engineering bay here soon, though. He does have about 300 gas that needs to be used. There goes the 2-2, or the 1-1 rather, 2 upgrades at one time is what I was thinking, kind of mixed that up. And he got all that off of 1 gas that he just wasn't using for quite some time. I didn't even notice that he got the engineering base. A layer is on the way for a Zerg player, as well as those double Evo chambers for the double upgrades, and Baneling Nest, so he will want to defend against any of these early Marine Hellion pushes with those Banelings. Stim also started, which will make this all much more effective. Mine production has also started. He will go for a bio mine play by the looks of it, which is always annoying to deal with as a Zerg player. I hate Widow Mines whenever I have to fight them. And he's just going to make a lot of Marines. And this works in the early game. With the mines, you can blow up a lot of Zerglings and Banelings. And then later on, you just switch over your barracks to Tech Labs if you need to go into Marauders, or they go into Mutas and you destroy them. They go into Infestors and you can make a few Ghosts maybe. You can transition into Mech. Well, no, not Mech. I don't know. I don't know TvZ. I know ZVT, though, sort of. We do have Baneling speed on the way, though. Just those weird transitions I don't really always understand, or when I try to theory craft and then I put that into my streaming, oh, it does not end well. But he's just going to keep making more and more Marines. The unit count looking to be 13 drones ahead of the SCV count. That will need to be fixed here soon. He is constantly making SCVs, though, and that is what happens when the Zerg is allowed to stay on 3 bases for quite some time without any real problems. These Hellions are actually going to get surrounded. He knows it. He doesn't even micro them too effectively, trying to do as much damage as possible at this point. Is going to back into the corner. Will it do a little bit of damage? Pulling back most of the lanes. He knows that these lanes can clean up the rest without taking too much unnecessary AoE damage. There goes the last Hellion. And now just Marines and Mines, which is plenty to defend against this lane. Oh, that is a lot of Banelings. So we have a total of 21 Banelings that are finishing right about now, right when speed finishes as well. This is a very nice timing for the Zerg player, Mr. Hyun. He's going to keep making more lanes. He does have Burrow on the way as well, and a lot of Zerg players these days, when they're backing up the Banelings, they'll Burrow too, and then when the Marines chase them, they'll blow them up underneath them, and it's very nice to see the 1-1 finishing up as well. The 2-2 just now started for our Terran player. He's going to take down these rots, but at the same time, the Banelings are going to get into the natural. They do break down the bunker, break down a supply depot as well, and there is a Widowmine here. It might get off a really nice hit. There it goes. Oh, it did not get a very nice hit off at all. And now the lanes and Banelings are surrounding all the Marines. They do get into the third base. Third base will need to lift off. And he does not have an actual wall in at the main base either, trying to get that combat shields. That's not going to work. All the SCVs being surrounded down at the natural as well, making a few Marines. Having them being healed will allow them to survive for a little bit longer, but there are so many lanes streaming across the map. He has 2-2 started, the 1-1 proving to be effective as well. Staying on even upgrades definitely helps this push. That Widowmine is the savior of the people, though, but there's a lot of burrowed lanes right here. There goes the scan. They will all be taken out. The plan has been thwarted, but at the same time we see 25 Banelings in production on the ramp or outside of the natural. You also have a Spire on the way, will allow him to tech up very nicely, but when you see so many Marines, I don't know if Spire is necessarily the right way to go. I would have liked to have seen a fast transition into Hive. That Widowmine does clear out a few Banelings, and now the lanes and Banelings will clean up the rest of this. Will they get the rest? No. But there's lanes into the natural mineral line yet again. The third base has had to have been picked up, and then there it goes. It's just flying around and around. These lanes do get cleaned up finally. And actually, one of them does get away to talk about it with all of his Zerg friends. More Banelings being made out here, but the 2 Widow Mines, I thought we had 2 more. No, just 1 more. He is making only Marines. Well, now he does have more Widow Mines. And the 2-2 will be finishing up here soon. He does want to clear out this creep, wants to clear out that Zergling. He does not see that yet. Does take out the rods, though. That will definitely help with this. There goes the Widowmine hits being popped off, killing a few Zerglings, a little bit better than what you would usually see. He does try to surround that as a nice Marine split, though. Only 1 other Baneling in this army. It does blow up on Widowmines. And actually, those Widowmines getting off some very nice detonations. We do have the Overlord speed upgrade on the way, though. Zerg's still only on 3 bases, and he has a lot of resources. Would like to see a 4th base, or would like to see that mass Mutalist transition, or even the mass Ultralist transition, if he was able to do anything. These Marines have gotten quite the spurt of courage, though. They do supply block our Zerg player, and they are moving across the map with some metabat support. They don't have any AoE. That all the mines are back at base to defend everything, but they are just going to push and clearing out a lot of creep tumors, actually doing more than what I think they actually should be able to do at this point, because the Zerg has not responded to them, is making quite a few Banelings though, does have a nice Mutalisk count on the way, getting that +1 attack for the Mutalisk as well. And here comes the Banelings actually being targeted down, only a few Marines going down to the Banelings. That last few Banelings though might be too much, and there goes the Marines. The Medivets boosting out of there, making sure that they do not die anytime soon. But, okay, he does not actually chase them down. And he knows that his third base will be under fire here soon. He has Widow Mines in the natural, so he just moves everything over here, trying to pick off the Mutalisk. That's not going to work. And so many lanes in production right now. That +1 attack for the Mutalisk will be finished up here soon as well, making more and more of those. He is not taking up to Hive anytime soon. He has spent his entire investment on this Mutalisk transition, and that will help him immensely if he can do some harass, but he's not been doing any just yet. Trying to take down these rots, that is just a distraction though, as, okay, apparently it wasn't. The Widow Mines are, oh, he has three Burrow Banelings right here. I want these to be effective, but though I do like Demuslim, he's a pretty nice guy from what I've seen in his streams, so I don't want him to just die. These Marines though, they just tanked like 3 Banelings and a lot of Mutalisks. Their sacrifice will be remembered if the Terran player doesn't die a horrible death. Still no Infestation Pit though, I believe. And no, he does not have the Infestation Pit, will not be starting a Hive anytime soon, so does want to just stick to this Ling Bling Muta play for a while. And that is perfectly fine once Terran gets enough Marines and Widow Mines. Yeah, the Overseer is here, but at the same time, it just begins to not matter with such a high Marine count. He will have 3-3 upgrades. Zerg will be stuck on 2-2 until he gets that Hive, which is very far off. So that means that upgrade lead will last for the majority of the rest of the game, I do believe. Trying to hunt down some of these Banelings does look like he will get none of them. One Marine wants to be the hero, no, now being turned back. Scrolling a bit on accident there. But we do have more and more being made. We do have the Widow Mine upgrade also on the way. And we do have a drop in the third base of the Zerg. The fourth base has also gone up for the Zerg in the meantime. And he is going to keep dropping these Marines. Does pick up, lost 2 of them. Not a lot of damage done, but Zerg has lost a lot more because of those Baneling suicides and because of the mass amount of lanes he has thrown against us. The Widow Mine's proving to be effective again and again. The Marines being healed with those better upgrades as well throughout the series, or throughout the match rather, have also been very effective against the lanes. Very nice splits coming out from Mr. Demuslim, but will they be enough? We will just have to wait and see. Does have another command center on the way. Will want to secure a 4th base here soon. That is why these Marines are coming down here. Will he see the changelings? No, he will not. The Marine count is there. Okay, there they go. And this drop has been healed over here, and it's not even being dealt with. I don't know if Hyun knows that it's still over here. I guess the creep tumors have been cleared out, but they are still on creep, so that's just kind of hard to tell sometimes, but yes, so he does not see that. There's no transition coming out of either player, and that really confuses me because either player, could definitely go for some kind of different style here. We could see an Ultraless transition. He has the economy for it, is on 4 bases, and has not gotten an Infestation Pit yet, and actually going for a 5th base as well. Terran just finishing up his 4th base and is getting missile turrets on missile turrets, is making it a planetary. That base is more than safe against anything that Zerg wants to throw at it, so long as the SCVs do get the repair off on it. And these Marines, just being annoying by the looks of it, they will get a few free kills, a free Baneling, 2 Banelings, and just gonna get a few more free kills. It's always nice to get for the Terran player. Infestation Pit finally going down for a Zerg player. Would have liked to have seen that a lot earlier. So many Widow Mines are here though, and that means that those just constantly push with the Marines, that it is going to be extremely hard for the Zerg player to get into this Marine ball. And the Mutalists do get caught, a few of them going down. The stim does happen. The Banelings are rolling forward as well. And actually, nice splits, but here comes the surround, and this surround, a lot of it does get blown apart by the Widow Mines, but it's not going to be enough. The Marines have all been cleared out. A few over here will die to more Banelings. The ones over here being surrounded, being fed to the Zerglings. More Widow Mines coming out. A Marauder has finally hit the field, but it's not going to be enough. The Mutalists are moving in on this, and there is not enough Marines to deal with all of this. Actually, I believe another Widow Mine hit just went off right there, and another Widow Mine hit could go off. No. Okay, it doesn't look like it will get the good hit that it needed. 13 Marines on the way at one time, though, will be quite enough to deal with this if there's not another surround like there was. That was a very nice move by the Zerg player. He was able to get the full surround on the Terran army, which once that happens, the Terran can't really can't really respond unless he just picks up everything, but then the Mutalisks are going to kill everything, kill all the Metavats. So, like we see again, another big surround, and that means that everything is going to die here. He does try to lift up into one of the Metavats, and now that one actually did get away with 6 health. Okay, this supply depot burning down. It's a sad, sad day. I thought there was, like I saw a shadow moving over here. I thought there was something. Oof. Do have the hive about halfway done though, and we do have more and more Banelings, more and more Mutalisks, and he is just going to stick to this, but if he gets those 3-3 upgrades, if he gets the Ultralisk Cavern, he will be in a great spot. Still no Marauders being made except for the 1 or 2 that we saw earlier in that last engagement, and Demuslim just being on the back foot in this game. Now Banelings rolling forward, but they do get blown up. I think only a few minor hits there. And now these Banelings, he does not want them. You do not want random Banelings to connect like that because they should do a lot of damage. But he was microing pretty well. And now trying to run away from the Zerg army yet again. The Marine count is nice. He could run to his Widow Mines, but he does not want to get surrounded for yet a 3rd time because the last 2 times he got surrounded definitely did not go well for him. He is down by a large margin in the supply count, down by about 50, and that is all going to change right now. The Marine's doing a lot of damage. The Widow Mine's got a few nice detonations off. There goes yet another one. That was a big detonation right there. This Widow Mine has 22 kills. It is a commander, and now that supply lead has dropped down to about 30. It was at 50. A very nice engagement for our Terran player. He is up ahead in terms of loss resources. He has lost 6,000 less than his Zerg opponent. The +3 attack has been started as well as the Ultralisk Cavern though. That means that Zerg, if he holds until Ultralisk, this could be very scary for our Terran player. But more and more Widow Mines as well as those Marines. And here comes more lanes. They will want to surround this army, but a very nice split happening again. Picking off the Overseers. I mean, any little pick-off, that means that the Widow Mines are that much more safe, or that much safer as well. And he will move in on this 5th base. Here comes the Lings, though. They will counterattack with the Mutalisks, and there's just nothing here to defend this. These units were just rallied down there, not attacking at all. One Widow Mine almost got off. That would have been a giant hit if that hit, but that is not the case. More and more lanes being made. Ultralisk Cavern does finish up right about now. He does not have the +3 armor started, though. That might have been some kind of misclick. And Terran, what are you doing? Does move the SCVs from the 3rd base, could just move them all to the 4th base. That looks to be what he is doing. But at the same time, the Natural is under fire. His main base is in wreck right now. He can't really do anything. One Widow Mine does get a nice hit off of that one. That one does die. He did kill the 5th base. He does drop into the 4th base of the Zerg player. These Marines have not been answered just yet. There are so many lanes and banelings over here that are not being sent. He doesn't even know about this by the looks of it, so these drones will start to die off very slowly. But look at the blue side of the map. Everything is splashing. Everything is under attack. So many units have been lost in this rally. And now actually does kill off a few lanes. Does not kill off the last Overseer, though. And now if you look at the front of his base, there's just so many lanes and banelings. They will go over here to the 4th base, which is not defended more than just being a planetary. And when the banelings roll in, they are going to blow this up very quickly. There it goes. They are not connecting, actually. The SCVs have all ran, though, because they know what is coming. They know that winter is coming. There, oh god, those baneling hits, everything dying. So many units have been lost there. The loss count, the resources lost though, still favoring our Terran player quite heavily. He has been very cost efficient. The supply lead has dropped down to about only 30 yet again. So many Widow Mines right here. He can't really break this position, and I believe another baneling just hit. But now he does run over all the Widow Mines. The last Mutalisks does get taken out, and this attack has been basically repelled. There are still a few lanes here and there. That Widow Mine not clearing up those ones. The problem is, though, that the unit count showing that Zerg is at 58 drones, Terran at 9 SCVs. Yes, you have mules. Yes, they are very good. No, they cannot make up 50 workers. But he is only down by a small margin in terms of supply after all things have happened. He is up by about 6 army supplies. 7 Mutalisks won't be too very effective against this army, actually. So the army will favor our Terran player. That Widow Mine there, wow, that was a very long Widow Mine. Oh god, okay. Those might have just won Demuslim the game. After that, 2 amazing Widow Mine hits. One of them went across the world and back. That was actually surprising to see that go that far, though. But so many units lost there for the Zerg player, and it looks like he wants to move in on this. I don't know if those banelings twitching that would be big if they did. Actually blowing up on the Widow Mines. That was a very nice move from the Zerg player, showing that he took out all the Widow Mines. He does have 1, 2 more, but they are very low in health. You do want to burrow those immediately, otherwise you do lose all of your AoE damage. Will those hit? Oh, no. And that means, okay, all the Marines do get picked up. But again, 37 supply to 83. I don't know if Demuslim can come back from this one. Marines are landing. They are trying to do damage. Here comes the Lings, though. And that is the end of their story. Will 9 Marines and 2 Widow Mines at a time be enough? Find out next time, because I don't think it will be. He is going to keep making SCVs, keep throwing down mules, but it's not enough. He knows he is too far behind. He's down on 3 bases. His main is mined out. His natural is almost mined out. His 3rd base getting close as well, not being able to secure a 4th anytime soon after losing it the first time. And Zerd was on 5 bases at one time, staying down to 4. He wasn't taking the map. He wasn't being too greedy with anything, but he played a very nice game, except for losing a few too many units to Widow Mines, not being the most cost-effective either. But hey, at the end of the day, a win is a win, so good game from Mr. Hyun.